guys, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for another episode of Thrall, where we're in combat and we're kicking ass and taking names, or getting our asses kicked and our names taken. I'm not sure entirely which one, but we're here to do it again. We're here to kill some blood thralls and do some stuff and save some towns or whatever. So thank you for being here. If you guys want to interact with the show, you can do so several ways by supporting the channel on Patreon, here on Twitch, or in that bottom right-hand corner, you will see the corruption bar that serves two purposes. One is that whenever that bar fills, Daryl gets to do whatever the hell he wants to us, which was last episode, we all had crazy visions that none of us know what the hell they are. And two, every single dollar that goes back into that jar goes back to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing players that you see here before you. In the bottom left, you will see that this month we have a goal. We're trying to hit 20 subscribers, so if you guys want to subscribe, that's cool too. Without any further ado, let's jump right in, and I will turn things over to Daryl to bring us into this world.
Thank you, and welcome to everyone who's here. I am super excited to find out what happens next, as we did end in the middle of combat, and all of a sudden everyone moved. Did we move? Oh, you're back. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm easily distracted. So, but to start things off, I've got to say thanks to everybody who voted in our Twitter poll. We did determine that Father, the Blood Thrall, Blood Priest, bad guy, angry person is dead. So though our in character, maybe players don't know that specifically, but they would be able to ascertain that pretty easily. I also want to say that you guys filling the corruption bar last week was super amazing, and I have an equally amazing idea for this week if you do it again. I mean, not to ask, but yeah, I'm asking. So we will pick things up. Last week's episode was really, there was a jam-packed into just a few hours of real time. You spent some time speaking with the priest from the Light Temple, trying to learn more about the history of the world and the different prophecies. Sama amazingly figured out that when Maria came out from the boar's tusk to see if she could visit her adopted son Johnny, that she was still actually under the influence of Father, who had released her early, and perhaps that was all just a ploy to get to the boy. They kept her at bay, didn't lead her over to where Johnny was, but just before they had a chance to really dig into what they were planning to do today, everyone fell asleep or into some sort of a trance and saw a vision. If you were here last week, you got to see that occurrence where each player took off their headphones and muted their speakers so that I could speak directly to just one player at a time and give them their vision. So I'm not going to recap that part, because that would then reveal to everybody what each player's vision was.
No, you can go ahead.
But
you can reveal that.
I'll just go through that, right?
Yeah.
I'll actually even go through the. No, never mind.
Oh, okay.
But when they all came to, they discovered the entire town had a similar experience. Many people having their own unique visions, many people in a panic. Then Father, his brother, the Inquisitor Dane, and 3 mercs came marching into town, all equally furious. You could tell from their tone and from their demeanor that they also had experienced the visions, and they weren't happy about it. It was time to find Johnny and get this nonsense over with, at least according to them. Fortunately for our heroes, Goal and Sama had been able to get their cannons operational and move them into position for a bit of an ambush. It didn't quite go according to plan, but some would say they still are on the winning side of things at the moment. We ended last week with Father taking his 3rd shot from Sama's amazing gun and going down. Most people believing he was dead. And we will pick it up there. Anybody have anything they want to say or do before we actually just go straight back into combat?
Luca is going to, after having knocked Father to the ground, is going to literally go up and put a boot onto the top of his head, just in case he gets any ideas about trying to get back up again anytime soon.
Sounds good. I've never had to break up combat like this. Should we just re-roll initiative, or do we remember well enough?
Yeah,
Or should I have kept track of that?
definitely.
Huh? Actually, I think I do remember. I think it's Sama, or is it Rook and then Sama?
I don't know.
I think we
And
left off
then
on me.
My
for
guys, and then
I think it's Rook, then Sama, then your guys, then me, then Goal. I think.
Yeah, because Goal rolled a 1. I remember that.
That's not
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah,
Right,
yeah.
no, 'cause
we
rolled like
remember
garbage,
that.
right.
We remember
So,
that.
Yeah, it was Rook.
Actually, that's the only thing I remember on the episode is that you were the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
And
Rook
then
with a
all those times
13.
you missed with the cannons.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
Rook.
Oh.
It's actually Rook, Luca, Sama, Goal. I rolled
Yeah.
lower than you.
Okay. All right. So,
Of course.
Hey, now we
Yeah,
can have
so-
the initiative tracker track the tokens. Bless.
we could. But yeah, so that's fine. That's fine. So you Rook, the first thing you feel as you feel yourself sort of going into a state of sleep after the command from Father to sleep, and you felt the wave of blood force go out to everybody. You feel that all of a sudden retract, and you assume it's because for whatever reason his power is no longer being asserted over you. So you are not falling asleep. In fact, you are still on rough terrain because of the ground rumble that Dane did right in front of you.
Oh,
So,
okay, cool. All right, okay. So I'm surrounded with
you are.
a very limited number of hit points, and I am on unstable ground, and I have a scythe and electricity happening. Okay.
I am going to say you did let go of your electricity because you did go out at least for between 2 turns, even if you didn't last a whole turn.
Well, balls. Okay.
I mean, you failed the roll.
Got me.
He just
Yeah,
happened to
got
die in between.
Yep.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So I don't have that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Yeah. At least we got it out of the way.
What? Did we hit the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay.
We're gonna do 1 turn. Is that cool?
Okay.
You have 1 turn before dead. All right.
Okay.
Great.
Before everybody
Okay.
falls asleep again and we get more weird visions.
Okay. Okay.
This is fine.
This
So
might as well happen.
remind me, because for Goal it was mere seconds ago, but for me it was a whole week. The state of the people surrounding me. Do they all? I know I was attacking several of them. How do they look?
Okay, so
they look pretty beat
Brother
up?
Dane is in a rage. He
Mhm.
actually his posture has changed a little bit now that his brother is assumingly dead.
Sure.
He's backed up, but not in a retreating sense, but almost like a spring as you would coil it back before shooting forward.
Sure.
The 2 mercs, they're there because they're told to be, and you almost get a sense that they're not going to fight really hard. Most of the time I'd require a roll for that, but anyway, that's fine.
Well, what I'm asking is, I was chopping up these 2 mercs pretty good. Do they look like they're bloody and battered? I don't remember which one I was stabbing a lot.
Okay, yeah,
So-
you hit one that came
Yeah.
down off of his horse,
Yep.
and then you focused on Dane.
Okay.
So there's one that's injured, one that's not.
Okay. And is Dane raging, looking at me, like
Yeah, yeah.
enraged and looking at me? Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
And then this is Henry over here, by the way.
Oh, that's who that is. The blue guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's the
I am
shopkeeper.
going to
or in-
attack the more damaged mercenary. I need to
Okay.
clear the board a little bit here. So I am going to. Attack him. I guess that's all I'm going to do.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say it's this guy here.
Yeah. So I'm going to attack him, and that's it. Cool. Let's see here.
To the
Where is
west.
the scythe button? Click. A 9. Okay, so I'm a little shaken up and a little sleepy, and
Yeah.
so that didn't go great.
That's all right. That's all right. So you swing at him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Whoa, big guy, not so fast."
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. Who did we decide was next? Or do you have anything else to do, Rook?
I'm all set. I am done. Next, I believe, is Luca.
I'm gonna say that Luca just kind of is standing her ground. Is there anyone that is near me or that is coming towards me now that I have him kind of on the ground?
Actually, I forgot. This person here is Maria with no legs.
Oh,
We added her. Yeah, so she's like screaming. The stone that was at the base of her, where her knees are, that where her legs turned to stone and then broke off, is actually starting. Looks like it's softening, almost like it's going back to.
Gross.
Yeah, it's super gross, and her legs are just spewing blood, and she's screaming. She's almost running out of energy to even be able to scream at this point.
Who's on Rook right now? And am I near enough to him? Look at the map.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like you're like 15 feet away, so you can get there and do a attack. But so Dane has got his back to you, and then there's two mercs. One he just missed that's got some damage, and one that's just standing there. And then Henry's coming over here with a meat cleaver.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and aim for Dane.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to hit him with my rope dart from a distance.
Sweet. Are you trying to grab him or anything?
I mean, if I can throw the rope dart into him and like hook him to the point where I can pull him back just so that he falls down, or at least like get him away from Rook so he's not so bombarded. That's what I'd like to try to do.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Oh my god.
17. That'll hit. So give me your trick shot roll now for your dexterity with proficiency.
Oh god. So am I just hitting dexterity? Oh my god.
Like the skill.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Whoa, nice. Okay. So yeah. So you sling that out there. Roll. Oh yeah, we need to hit the damage button. See what happens there.
Oh.
So you're just going to click dart on that. Yeah, there you go. 6. So your whip dart flies out, and Dane's got his arms kind of out, almost like wings. I mean, they're just arms, but he's just got them spread out like that. And you wrap like right around one shoulder, and you've got a chance now to just pull. So I'm going to give you advantage because you're surprising him, but we're going to do a strength saving throw. Or a strength contest.
Okay. Hold on. Am I rolling any particular skill or just strength saving throw?
Just roll your strength with proficiency. I mean, your whatever with your bonuses. 20, nat 20. Look at that.
That'll do it.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll just because I'm
with
curious.
Me.
Oh, it's still a nat 20, but that's nice. So yeah, so you grab him and you just pull him back. He loses his balance. He literally, hits the ground. He's prone. He's not like completely out of sorts, but you have removed him from his next action. So I'll even pull him back here a little bit. Excellent turn. Very good.
Perfect. Yay.
Awesome. So that puts the bad guys next, though. We're going to start on this side of the board. Are you stealthing goal? Are you hidden in that kind of capacity? Hidden with magical rolls?
I would have liked to have been, but I'm pretty sure that dude ran up to me and I hid under the cart like a bitch.
Right.
So I don't think he didn't see me. Like, oh, there's a dude. Oh, where'd it go?
Right.
Are you hidden goal? I would like to have been. But...
yeah. No, it's.
I instead made like and like ducked underneath the cart.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just gonna walk up to the front of the cart here and be like, "Get out from under there, you little runt!" And he's like swiping at you with his sword.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's like you hear. No, make me. And like if he starts like stabbing like through the cart or trying to like like you're trying to get something out from underneath the car or something. If he starts kind of jabbing at me, I'm gonna try to disengage and like sneak out the back.
Okay, so he does do that. So what does disengage mean? I actually don't know how that rule works.
I want to try to get away without getting hit, pretty much.
I know.
The move disengage lets you move without. So you take your whole action to move away without incurring attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're good then. So he reaches under there, and that sort of puts him in a position of disadvantage as you slide out the back. So you're good. So grab your token and move him out the back if you can.
Yeah, will do.
Very nice. This guy over here is actually going to turn and swing at Henry. He rolls a 13, which actually isn't good enough. He's like, when Henry's like, "Hey, man, you can't hit me." I don't know. He completely changed.
So that guy moved away from me?
Yeah, so you get an attack of opportunity
I'm
if you'd like.
try to kill that guy real quick.
Yeah.
Just real quick. Scythe!
He's just
a 23
just distracted for a minute there. He's like, "Oh, there's somebody coming up behind me," and this big dragon guy looks kind of
that should just be 12. Yeah, so 12 slashing damage.
12. Okay. So you slash him in the back and he's like, "Oh!" That's not fun.
Get wrecked. It's not. Trust me, they stabbed me a bunch. I know. It's not fun.
The other guy with you, Rook, will attack. For a 3.
He misses. Whew.
Yeah, so he's not doing too hot either. Both these guys, definitely after that first one getting hit, and Henry running up to him, they're looking a little bit not excited about what's going on. So, but Dane, on the other hand, he is kind of like back on his side on the ground with this thing wrapped around his shoulder. He does the completely creepy spider thing where like your joints bend the wrong direction and he like turns over and he's like looking at you now, Luca.
Nope.
And he just like lowers his head to the ground, and the big dangling gaping flesh opening just like starts roaring, and you see the little waves of heat that would be around like a jet engine or whatever when it's starting to exhaust. And where that wave of heat hits the ground, it just immediately turns to lava and then shoots up at you.
I would like to dodge, please.
Was that the corruption bar? Because Jesus Christ, that was gross.
Help.
No, that's not the corruption bar.
My God.
That is a really powerful earth speaker.
Guys, I'm going up against Doug Jones from Egypt. Help me. Help me.
Oh my God.
Spooky.
I don't like it. I don't like the moment you said spiders. I was like, I'm out. I don't want to do it.
And he misses bad unless you have an AC of less than 8. My gosh, I rolled 2 2s in a row.
In which case, why do you have an AC of less than 8? Fix that.
No, I's got a 14. Hooray.
So yeah, now there's like a big, almost a trench going like kind of through this area where you and Father and Maria are. But after that, he actually like follows the trench forward and scoops up his brother and giving you another attack of opportunity, Rook.
You're muted.
I can only take 1 per turn. You only have 1 reaction per turn.
Reactions.
I knew that. Duh. You tried to trick me, didn't you?
I did.
Trixie.
We would have got away with it too.
Yeah. Okay. So now someone who's not a bad guy that I'm still going to control is going to do something. Behind you, Sama, you hear a voice. It's a familiar voice. It doesn't startle you so much other than you just didn't expect it. Sama, right? It's Sama. And it's Cohen from the stockade where all the animals are. It says, I know you're in the middle of something, but I thought you might want to know that a merc from the priest temple just started riding north. going to the garrison up at the intersection of the road. Or I mean, I would assume. I mean, he's appears to be on some sort of mission. And it's your turn.
So I don't think I can get to the point where I can see the garrison from here, even if I move at this point, right? Like,
Well, you couldn't get to the garrison. You,
well,
I mean,
I don't think I can get to a
be-
place where I can see him necessarily in this turn, right? From what I
Yeah.
understand of what the town works, like I'd have to take 2 turns to get probably within like sight line of him.
Yeah.
So if I do that, he's gonna have ridden pretty freaking far.
Yeah.
Already at that point.
I mean, I know there's not a lot we can do about it, but I thought it wasn't. I don't know. I'm
No,
worried because
it's
things are
good.
going to get really bad here really quick.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell him, get to the edge of town. Keep an eye on where he goes. When you lose him, when you lose him, tell me which direction he went to the garrison. Like, give me about the time it's going to take for him to get to the garrison. Like, go look. Give me your best estimate. Right.
Okay. All right.
Is what I'm going to say, without an accent because I've forgotten to do it. And
Take this protractor and this,
yeah.
binocular.
And so what Sama is going to do though is shoot the man who conveniently ran into the sniper pile, because you know that the thing you don't do is pick up your friends who got shot in a pile full of sniper death.
Nice.
So I am going to
Okay.
shoot him.
What a crit.
Do I have advantage on that because he doesn't even fucking know where I am? At this
Yeah,
point?
you have advantage. He doesn't know where you are. He doesn't know what's going on with you.
Oh, wow, look at that fucking crit. Bless.
You got it. You got
All
it.
right,
All right.
okay,
Let's see
so
what
we are
happens.
Rolling,
Wow, we're on fire today.
we're
I mean, not
rolling-
me,
Don't
but
jinx
everyone
it.
else.
Don't jinx
Right.
it.
Don't jinx it.
Right. There's a
Um,
swatch of ground that's on fire.
So I need to roll 46. I'm gonna have to do. I think I'm gonna have to do. Does roll 20 doesn't auto calculate your crit die for you when you hit the damage, does it?
It sure
I don't-
does.
It does. Okay. Well.
Sure as heck does.
That's yeah. So you
Sorry,
got that
I
8.
just like
All right.
to
So
really
there's
contribute.
8 plus. So it's 2. No, I need to do it twice. So I need to. Do
Nope.
twice.
So you did. It's 2d6 plus a d6. Oh
Yeah,
no,
for
it's
your
sorry.
sneak
It's
attack.
It's 2d6 plus 2d6. So you rolled a 1, a 4, a 6, and a 5. So 8 plus 11. So 19 damage. It's 46.
Okay. So it does do. Okay. Cool. And then I have to add 46 of sneak attack die to that.
Yeah, he gets a sneak attack.
Yeah.
Do you get both those?
Well, because it's only 1, because it doubles all the dice I do. So I do 46 off the gun and 46 off of sneak attack. So
Okay.
I roll 86 full of damage plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got
crit doubles
19.
all of your dice. Holy shit.
You got all those numbers.
19
Okay.
plus 15, so 24? 34?
34
believe you.
damage.
34
That's
damage.
reasonable. I've seen better personally, but
Wow.
all right. So with a 7, oh my gosh, you wouldn't do that. Okay, so you hit him in the head, and
His brain explodes.
he oh man, that is so bad. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you what that means. He goes down though. He's like laying on top of his brother. You can see he's breathing. You can see he's like drooling, and there's like blood mixing with his face. It's already kind of weird and bloody, and he's not growling, but like just struggling to breathe, struggling to like stay conscious.
He's breathing out of the new hole in his face.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Simon just ducks behind the house and hides again.
There you go.
Roll stealth.
All right.
for that real quick. Do you have it?
Goal. That's you, bud.
26 to hide.
Not good enough. I mean,
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Math is math, Daryl.
Math is math.
Let's see. I got short little legs, and I need to make it.
So what was the gift that you had earlier? Math is math.
Yeah, math is math. Math is math.
I need to make it to Rook. I'm not. I mean, I have like what 30 foot of movement?
You are a gnome, so you
I
got
have
25.
a 25. Yep.
Right, but yeah, if you sprint, you can get there. If you use your action as your movement, also plus your movement, you can get there.
Okay, let's.
But you will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah. No, I feel that. So let's see. Nope, can't do that. And 2. So yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to sprint over to.
Okay.
Big and musky.
All right. Here we go. Here's our. As you run by,
Big
that
and
merc
musky.
swings at you.
Okay.
For 17.
And that means he. Fuck yeah, he hits. Fuck, you +1 bullshit. I have a 16.
6 damage.
It hurts a little bit.
I hope you mock him. You're like, oh, you think that hurt?
Honestly, he's probably not. He's probably trying not to cry because in his adventures with Rook, he doesn't ever have to get this close normally.
Right, and that doesn't do half your damage, right, or half your health. You got 21 or something.
Yeah, I got 21. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so he swipes as you go by, cuts kind of into your hip waist area, but you manage to get to Rook.
You gonna let him do that? That's what he says to Rook.
Is that what he says to Rook? Cool.
So we would be back at the top of the order, but we have some business to attend to.
Oh God.
Yep.
I was hoping I would just skip right by that.
You guys are preparing to take your next action, Rook. You're got this guy in your sights that you attacked earlier. This time your feet are stable on the ground and you're ready to go, and then you feel the ground shift again. Everybody feels the ground shift. This is a literal earthquake. The whole ground is starting to rumble and go completely crazy. From the south side of town, you see the earth open up. And I'm going to try to draw this big crack that opens up here and swallows this house.
Can I do my best to not see it? I'm not muted.
Oh. Do I have to select it? Stupid thing. Anyway, you see it. There it is. So everybody roll a dexterity saving throw.
Everyone in the vicinity or just in general?
You don't have to roll one,
Okay.
Sama, because you can just get back up if you fall. Like, you're not.
Yeah. Let's say, like, I don't see any. Yeah. Like, I just want to double check.
Yeah. No, they're good. So we've got goal and unmade. So you guys are unsteady. It's pretty close to you, but where that crack opens up is smaller. It's Glamour Bomb. Sorry, your other name, Luca. So you are falling into the crack.
No.
You're everyone thinks shaking. You're starting to lose your footing. You're paying attention to Dane and Father and Maria's screaming, and you just your foot just slides out from behind you. Right, you grab onto the earth, so you're hanging with your waist down into a hole. Maria is down in the hole. This lady runs away. This is Margaret. Yeah, Margaret.
I thought she said
Henry's
Maria
wife.
ran away, and I was
No,
gonna say,
Maria falls into the hole. She's just like, ah!
I don't think she's running.
I don't think she's running. She might have hopped away.
On her hands. She did a hand walk.
That'd be horrifying.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
What's worse, spider backwards guy or just
Spider
running on her
backwards
hands?
guy every fucking time, my dude. Every goddamn time.
Yeah.
It's
Spider
like
backwards
Doug
guy
Jones from
doing a
Legion.
hand.
It's
Yeah.
not okay.
All right. So we will.
At least Doug Jones and Legion had
continue
the
to take
decency to be
this
right side up.
Yeah.
Oh God, who did you crit? What just
And
happened?
be Doug Jones.
That was one of the mercs
Oh,
rolling
thank-
his saving throw.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's like it crit Rook. Oh well, that's okay. New character.
The last
time.
the
Alright.
last GM phrase I heard was Lucas falling into the hole, and then I saw a crit, and I was like, oh no! The hole closes up and smashes Luca.
Oh
Right.
god.
And we will have a funeral. So yeah, so
Very small
the
few.
the two mercs that were next to you, Rook and Goal, actually they just take off. They're like spring.
Oh, I'm stabbing the fuck out
You
of that
are
guy.
gathering yourself. I'm not gonna. You don't get an attack of opportunity. This is all happening during the earthquakey stuff.
Oh, well.
But now, when it settles and the dust, there's dust floating in the air. There's this building, on the south side of the map here is, just gone, just parts and boards and terribleness. Now we are back to the top of the order. Thank you for that earthquake, all of you who donated.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
thanks.
So much. That was super fun for us. Okay, so the mercenaries ran away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like that's a Sama problem because I don't know where he is, and he's a very shooty boy. And there is a blood thrall. I'm sorry,
Fair.
Luca. As much as Rook loves you, he loves killing blood thralls much more. What is the father doing? That's the one with
What is that?
that's no face guy, right?
Yeah, Dane.
Dane. What is
That's
Dane
Dane.
doing?
He is struggling to breathe in a semi-unconscious state on top of Father.
Cool. But he's alive.
Yes,
Which
he is alive.
Which is my problem.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fix that problem
Okay.
to the best of my ability. Is he holding Father and or on the ground?
He's on the ground. He was kneeling to pick up Father, and then he took a headshot.
Cool. That sounds like I might have advantage on that attack.
You don't even have to roll. If you would like to say I used my scythe to remove his head,
I'm gonna
say,
kill that. I'm gonna straight up murder that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got him. So he was my 6 that I rolled earlier. He was or 9. It was a 9. He was incapacitated for 9 rounds.
I don't think. So if he's incapacitated, I auto crit. Cool.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Rook has any cognizant control over this. Being a Scorith and B probably never having killed a lieutenant in what's his face is Landslide's army.
Right.
So he cuts this guy. We'll say he cuts his head off because that sounds cool, right? So he cuts the guy's head off, and he as he swings through, he just raises the scythe and just bellows this loud Scorith roar. Which will probably make several people afraid, which is something he doesn't really want to do, but I think it's just a natural instinct.
Okay.
So.
All right. So give me that roar. Come on, Mike.
I have to do a roar in a Russian
I wanna
accent?
hear-
Hold on, I don't know if I can do a Russian roar. That's
A Russian roar.
I wasn't
I don't
ready.
think roars have
It's
accents.
just a roar.
Are you sure? Are you sure they don't have an accent?
I think all roars
all right.
are universal.
Russian Roar is actually the name of my Rush cover band.
I love that. Let me just get away from the microphone so I don't kill our audience. So he slices the head. And then he looks around and he quickly lowers his thing, almost embarrassed. And then glances to Luca, who is falling in a hole.
Goal
What
when he sees him cut the head off will go.
Nice.
He's hype. Hey,
What is your I'm gonna use charisma for this.
My dragon
so-
fear, it's a DC
Yeah.
DC 10. It is charisma based, and it's DC 10
Oh, okay.
to not be afraid of me.
DC 10.
So
okay.
if you roll lower than a 10, you're terrified of me.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Buttons, Daryl. Buttons. There's one.
Well, that person's
There's
terrified.
two.
That person's not. That person's
And there's
terrified.
3.
So 3 people are terrified.
No, the 19 isn't.
Yeah, sorry, 2 people are terrified.
Yeah. Okay. So this guy, which is actually Margaret, she hadn't seen this side of you. I'm gonna give her the 9. So she's just like, whoa, that's you are reminding me of the people we don't like. And then this guy over here, he's the one who gave us the nat 1. So just because I think you're going to want to do it, why don't you give me a 2d6 roll?
Oh no. What is that for? 8.
8. Okay, so as you're roaring and these people are reacting to your fear, you get this salty metal taste in your mouth, and you heal 8 points of health.
Cool.
Yeah. But you will also take 8 points of damage tomorrow if you don't cause that much fear again.
Yeah. I need drugs. I need my drugs.
Okay. So I leave it to you guys. If you guys want to keep following in turn order, people are dispersing. Or running, or cowering. I mean, you could even call this guy, he's down. He rolled a nat 1. He's like, he collapses to his knees. This guy's kind of like, I don't think this is any fun anymore. So he's kind of just sneaking away. This guy's just doing the same thing. They're both kind of just getting out of the scene.
I mean, I feel like one of us should probably save Luca.
I can't see that's happened. So
Help. I'm in a hole. Help.
Yeah. So if we do go in turn order, Luca's next. So if
Luca
you want to
is
give me a athletics roll?
Oh my god. Hey.
Okay. You pull yourself out. See?
Yay!
There you
I
go.
helped myself. Yeah.
Yep. So you
Girl power.
find enough grip on the earth to pull yourself up out. In the moment of kind of looking around, you actually can see behind you that there's some light down there. It looks like a little bit of torchlight, and you actually even smell a faint odor, like a little bit of a natural fiery smell. The burning of oil is what I'm trying to say. Because words are awesome.
Oil?
Indeed.
Interesting.
And that is that.
Okay. Luca's just going to take a moment to look around and kind of assess the situation, make sure that everyone that she knows of and has been traveling with is doing okay.
Okay. So yeah, you see Rook, and he's over here now. I guess he's right next to you. He just cut off that guy's head, and he roared. And yeah. So
Rook, was that you?
you guys can talk to each other.
Rook, was that you?
Are we out of
Just
initiative?
now. A
We're
second ago.
free to move around the cabin?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you crawl out and start asking Rook questions, I think like Rook is still like in that like post-workout set where you're like,
He's still got a pump.
he's still got that fresh pump from leaving the gym.
Yeah.
He's got that GTL pump, and he completely ignores you and walks over to this guy who is a blood thrall mercenary on the ground and just spins his scythe like a golf club, so the scythe is down, and just slices that guy, and then starts like slowly like very horror movie, just stomping after the other guy who's running away.
Nice.
Luca is going to be trailing behind you and just literally just rapid fire being like, oh man, was that you? Because if it was, I was in the hole and I didn't get to see it. It sounds so cool and I'm
There's
so
more
upset
to
that I missed
kill.
it.
We need to
Just
kill.
garbage
Yeah,
behind you.
Walk up to that guy. You spin your scythe around, and then you just like golf club it into him, and it hooks right through his torso.
Get
You
wrecked.
fucking
And
duo
you start
max
stomping
on.
away towards this other guy, and you're dragging him behind you as he's impaled on the end of your scythe.
Yes.
And this guy runs at this point. He's like, I am gone. I'm out of here. He's like, bullet, run
Wow,
away. Unless
look at that. He entered bullet range. I didn't even have to do anything.
And I didn't even drop him there on purpose either.
Yeah. So someone sort of like probably has taken the headshot, has been like, earthquake has happened, is probably getting back up and has placed the gun on the ground, like stabilize himself, sees the guy running past, just goes and just reaches down, draws the pistol, sights and fires.
Nice. Roll it.
Don't know. There we go. There's my sheet. tiny gun. Meh.
12. Yeah, he
12,
runs. He
not
runs
great.
by.
Okay.
You were close. You
I
know,
mean,
you,
yeah,
you,
like I
you
was
maybe
recover-
sense a little bit of hesitation when he hears the fire, and he's like, "What?" But he just keeps running.
Yep.
And it skips through the area. So, all right.
Yeah, Sama holsters the gun, gets all the way back up, picks up the rifle.
Nice.
Yeah, Goal is gonna run over to where the dude with the missing head is, and he's gonna kick the shit out of the head
Nice.
and go like, "That's what you thought." And then he's gonna run over to big bad Beetleborg. God damn it, what's your name? Rook. And he's gonna hit him with the he's gonna pull out a vial of some weird bluish reddish liquid, which I guess that would be purple. And he's gonna just stab Rook in the back with it and heal him for
Cool.
this much whenever I find my actual thing. Here we go.
Press the button.
Yep, I did. I pressed the button twice on accident.
Nice.
There you go. So you've got 6 real healing and 8 artificial.
Oh, I didn't know you were getting artificial healing.
Oh, was the 8 temporary hit points? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That makes sense. Dope.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I have a mechanical question, Daryl.
Sure.
Since we made this up, and it's not actually a mechanic anywhere in anything, the potions, the anti-blood potions that Gull helps make and administers. Do we want to say that those can be any potion that Gull has? Like, would this help bring me out of a rage that I'm in currently?
That's
I am okay with you
That's the blue
coming
that's
up
in
with
the
your
red.
own ruling on that.
Okay,
I
cool.
would sort of say that maybe, I guess my instinct is that if you treated it that way, then there would be a risk of giving that to somebody who it would not do anything for. But if that's okay with Goal,
Yeah, I don't plan on healing anyone else.
okay, well, there you go. Then they are all specifically designed for you. And
Nailed
we
it.
just hit the bar again.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
plan on
hit the
doing
bar
anyone
again.
else.
Oh, great.
Oh,
I
Oh, no.
okay, all right.
All right.
That might be the best. That might be the most clipped thing of the day. Yeah, I don't plan on healing anyone else.
yeah.
So in that case, Gull runs up and kind of sticks him with this needle, and that previous like hulking version of Rook starts to like slowly like de-hulk, and like his veins reduce, and he like not just like slump over, and he just kind of like reaches back to feel wherever Gull is, and kind of like pats him aggressively. He's like, "Thank you, I needed that."
I know.
You young Frankenstein Peter Boyle looking motherfucker.
Oh man.
It seems like our work here is done, I think.
For now.
All right.
Did we get the rest of them that ran away? If not, they will tell everyone, and then more people will come.
Well, I heard someone take a shot, so he maybe.
Okay.
I mean,
Don't
he exploded.
know.
He exploded the last 2 guys. They shouldn't have.
Sama comes around the corner like, nope, didn't get him.
Yep. I am going to move us to the other map because I'm going to be super distracted by wanting to move all the people around, like for this part. So, hope that's okay with you guys.
Sure.
But I will add the
Works for me.
thing.
Sounds good.
I enjoy the theater of the mind, and if I have to.
I don't know about the other people though, but I
There
do
you go.
know that there is a big hole that I almost fell into and I got myself out of. Pretty good if I may say so myself. And there seems to be fire and things of that nature coming from out of the hole. And I don't know if that's something we want to address or if we're just kind of tired of this town and ready to move on.
Well, that explains the tremor I was feeling. Wow, that's a big fucking hole. Like, some hasn't seen it yet. As it just like sort of walks over and like, damn.
Rook turns around to face Luca. And I feel like to anyone else outside the group, this sounds very condescending, but it's Rook. So he like puts both of his hands on Luca's shoulders and says, "You did a great job with all your punches and the kicking and the chain you have." And he like pats you on the shoulder. Well done.
All right, it was so cool.
I saw you did the. And he like mock punches.
Yeah. I've been working on my practice with targets and things like that. It's really paying off. I'm very happy.
You hit him right in the face. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good
Oh,
hit in the
yeah. He
face.
went down like a sack of potatoes. It was great.
Go, you shot the cannons.
I certainly tried.
Well, you shot it. That's what really counts, I think.
I mean, honestly, I didn't care if I hit anything. It was just a pure Russian power.
It could have exploded and blown up the whole town, so great
You know-
job not doing that.
Yeah.
Are you sure he didn't?
I mean, it's
Who
probably
said that?
fine.
There is a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Sama, I don't actually know what you did, but I saw people explode, so I assume that was you.
I think Sama has probably like taken like a canteen or something and just kind of like looking down into like the giant freaking earthquake hole that has happened. Is like, so do we know what this is? And like looks around to see if there's anybody else in the town still nearby, and if there isn't, okay. I was
Well, when the
it's like, do any of
tectonic
y'all know what this is?
when the tectonic plates shift, it sort of makes
No,
like a-
Rook. I mean the tunnel underneath.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't looked inside yet.
So
Did
out
y'all
of
drill your quarry beneath your town?
so Laclede and Henry's was already out. He's on the porch of the Boar's Tusk. You see Laclede actually kind of poking his head out too. There's a few other townsfolk like Margaret, who's not wanting to get close enough to you guys right now. She's kind of freaked out. She's like, okay, I don't know if our solution is any better than our problem at the moment. And then also you see a woman kind of coming up from the south. She comes around the eastern north-ish side of the Light's home little house. And she's a stocky, dark-skinned dwarf woman. She's got a few years on her, but not, you wouldn't say old, but definitely built. And she comes around, and so this is the scene you're seeing. I mean, but the people are approaching, so you have time to still do something if you want, or I'll just keep narrating. I will say, Sammy, you do see that it is a tunnel. That's the smell of smoke and little firelight is torches that are down in this tunnel.
So I can sort of, because it's like it's sunk in the house, right? Like the house collapsed into the. So like I can kind of tell the direction it's going, and that's where they said the entrance to their quarry was, right? Or their whatever.
Well, so that's the mine. I mean, the quarry is up north.
Sorry, they said it's where their mine is. It's like
Right.
it's heading in that direction. There's a tunnel that looks like it's going from where the mine is in this earthquake thing here, right?
Yeah.
So someone just looks at probably is it Hector or looks at,
Henry and
Henry. Yeah, just looks at everyone as like, did y'all mine underneath your town?
Well, we didn't expect there to be explosions in the town square. I mean, it's reinforced. If you go down there yesterday, you would think it was very safe.
Well, I mean, so how much further does this go exactly?
Wait a minute. I have what I think might be an important question. This guy, and he like points to Father, sorry, to Dane. He says, "This guy, he had earth powers, right?" And he like looks to Henry. And
yeah, he did. He obviously did.
And you knew that because he's like a very important figure in this area.
Well, we don't didn't pick a fight with him like you guys did, so I hadn't seen any of this face to face. No, this is.
But you heard about it.
Sure.
And then you decided that even though there was a big evil guy who makes Earth move, that it would be a great idea to build a mine under your town because he couldn't collapse it on itself whenever he wanted to, right?
Now, I have nothing to. You need to talk with Wertra, and that's the dwarf.
Laclede, what kind of operation are you running here?
Now, listen. We didn't build the mine, when he was here. I mean, this all just happened. The mine follows the minerals that we're mining. You know, we're not exactly choosing.
What? Did it ever cross your
and it's reinforced?
Move your whatever. And Sama like's like, all right, done with that, and moves over to talk to Wertra.
Wertra, yeah.
Wertra.
I'm going to have. I have no idea how to do a female voice in this style. So, you're. This is quite a predicament. I'm Wertra, by the way. We haven't met, and I'm not sure what we're going to do about this, but this is a bad deal. Well, and half of the workers just fortunately they went running after that crazy vision thing that everybody seemed to have. So not too many people are down there at the moment, but this is bad.
Well, I can tell you this.
Do you know what happened? I guess that's probably why she actually came up here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See that? The big guy missing a head over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he made an earthquake or something. Got tremors happened, opened up this big hole in the ground, and then I shot him in the head, and then he points to like Rookers, and then he took his head off. And so probably not going to get a repeat of the giant earthquake, tremor, cracking, mind shattering nonsense. But so none of us know how to fix that.
Yeah. Well, this is very bad.
Oh, is father still like technically dead? Is he like dead? Or
He's
is he
dead,
like
dead.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. He's dead.
Cool.
Seemingly.
DED dead.
Right. I mean, I've got another corruption bar to enact. I mean, he could be undead.
No.
Yeah. That's a good. Yeah, no, because someone looks at it and was like, points at Dane, and then looks down and sees father like probably like under Dane's body because Dane like fell while trying to pick him up or whatever.
Yeah.
Goes, hey Rook.
Yes.
You want to repeat the big cleaving thing on the other dead corpse over there?
I helped.
Okay.
That you did. Yes.
And he stomps over and.
Yeah. I mean, and even Laclede's like, yeah, take that guy's head off. We don't want any risk.
No, we don't want that guy coming. Y'all have Laclede, why don't we get like a fire burning so we can just tidy the corpse situation up?
All right.
Before we start burning corpses, Goal's definitely gonna like look like just scrounge the pocket.
Definitely gonna go look through their shit, but
Yeah.
like it'll take a second to get a human temperature bonfire going up in a minute anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We
You
got
guys,
some time.
you guys handle the wood. I'll just pilfer the pockets.
Handle
It's
the
all
pockets.
good.
Yeah.
Just like the elder said, if you're not sure they're dead, then you go take their head. So let's get to it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's only looting when they're alive. It's only stealing when they're alive. It's looting after they're dead.
Okay.
Sure.
So Goal is looking through their stuff.
Is
Yeah.
Is there anything special about burying and or killing blood thralls that Rook would know? Or do they die just like everyone else?
Yeah, give me an Arcana roll or a history roll.
I will give you a history arcana. I can give you either one. So let's go with
Hysterectomy?
with the-
What do you
I'll
give
give
me?
you
Hysterectomy
I'll give you a
roll.
hysterectomy. Let's go with arcana.
The more penis
19 arcana.
That's just barely good enough. I mean, no,
Right.
that's great.
Cool.
I'm in a squirrely mood.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, so the only thing that really comes to mind is there is a sect. I don't know if a sect is the right word. There's a strain, that's probably the right word, of the blood, where the people who gain it are referred to as grave dancers. And they can basically absorb the traits of past blood thralls and stuff.
Is there a way to prevent that?
Or you could eat them.
You could eat them. Yeah, no, I mean you don't know enough about them to know that specific. They're as far as you know, there's never even been one in this side of the continent.
Right.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
That's a strange quirk.
Don't eat things that
That is
are
a strange
spoiled
quirk.
already.
Y'all
Yep.
for one course.
And I promise, audience, I will get to that thing.
Oh no.
I just can't get there right this second.
I don't like the sound of that.
All right.
Yeah, I think Rook leaves Goal to if he doesn't think there's anything he can do to these bodies, he leaves Goal to his living.
Yeah, and Goal's not like he's not looking for like money or valuables. He's more so looking for notes and technology and potions that they may have.
Sure.
Hopefully
well,
unlabeled.
Yeah. So Dane doesn't have anything except his big hook weapon and some armor that's pretty nice. It's like the equivalent of a scale mail kind of armor. It is human sized, if that matters to anybody.
I've been needing a dress.
Yeah, father has his kind of studded leather robes, so mostly it's just his clothing, but it's kind of got a layer under it to provide a little bit of protection. He has a bag which has several pouches in it that all contain powders. He also has a book.
If I open just looking at the book, is it apparent what this is?
Yeah, it's a text of religious referencing things for the blood thrall religion.
It's the way. So
it's the blood
the sacred
path.
Yeah,
texts.
this is the sacred text. Now, do these guys have like any semblance of a uniform, like a sash or like an emblem or a pin or anything like that?
Yeah, father has the big red blood drip on his chest. Like that's
is it a necklace or like a tattoo?
It's on the shirt.
It's on the shirt. I'm gonna cut it off.
Okay.
And if the other guy has it, I will also cut it off of him.
Nope, he doesn't have anything like that. He's just got red clothing and the hook.
And the hook.
Yeah.
How big is the hook?
It's big enough to hang a wild boar in a barn with.
Too big. All right.
Like rook size at best.
Yeah, I'm looking for trophies here. So,
okay, yeah, that's not probably a trophy.
Yeah, no,
you're like dragging it behind you.
I mean, I can't take ears now. One head I punted, and the other one is just gross.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's about it. I mean, he's got some coins and stuff on him too. We can.
I'm gonna say that I found the coins, but I'm not gonna I'll take them out, but I'm not gonna take them.
Okay.
Goal eats off of Rook's intimidation for the most part.
Right. And he does have a weapon. It's you can't tell if it's really intended to be for battle or not because it's very pretty. It's like a decorative ceremonial dagger kind of thing. But he's used to just telling people to do stuff and they just do it. So there you go.
Quick question.
Sure.
The cannonballs that Goal fired.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Well, with a little bit of time searching, you can find one over by this building. Come on now, give me my ping. Well, I've still got the drawing thing. Well, you see my little mark.
All right, cool. Yep, like there-ish.
And then you're gonna assume the other one's down in the hole somewhere.
All right. Well, I don't need the other one. That's fine. Because I assume you fired it once and it's probably cracked and you'd have to rebuild the thing.
Right. It's deformed a little.
What I do want to do though is because I've got some stuff. I want to take the cannonball and spend the next little bit of time if we're not doing anything specific. Provided contingent on the chaos bar. I'm gonna turn the cannonball into bullets.
I mean, I can fix it. But,
that's gonna take some time.
Yeah, that's my plan is I'm gonna make some bullets at some point. The cannonball is good raw material for that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I did shoot. I have shot a lot.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm assuming you're running low. What's your count as the DM?
I'm actually not running that low. I'm 2 shots in on the pistol, so I'm 38 out of my starting total of 40. and I'm only 15 shots in on Maddie, so I'm on 15 out of 20. So like I'm actually doing pretty good because I only really fire one shot around.
Right.
But like I like to like Sama likes to be topped off at any given moment.
Oh yeah. I don't blame you. So yeah, I mean things are going to start kind of winding into a little bit of a different sort of activity now. There are people coming out of the mine, coming up from, they're all looking at the crack. There's people milling about that are like going from building to building, talking about their dreams and their visions and stuff. Like so much has happened in like a half an hour that it's a little bit completely disorienting. I mean, no one, even the people that are trying to focus on you, like Laclede and Henry, and now Wertra, are having a hard time with that, as a few of the townsfolk come to them and ask them questions. What happened out here? Is that the blood thrall? Does that mean we're free of the blood thralls? And then of course there's a little bit of hysteria starting to form as somebody leaked that, actually we think someone is riding north to go talk to where the garrison is and maybe warn Silkery and
how far is the garrison from?
How far is it? I knew that answer earlier. Hold on.
Kasama has not forgotten that's the thing.
Sama, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did any of the mercenaries that I didn't kill, did they get away? Did you kill all of the ones that
so the one that you were chasing, I assume, ran by, fired a shot at him, and then I missed. But mid-battle, there was one who got on a horse and ran off towards that garrison.
Oh.
So, and I didn't have sight on that one. Someone came and told me. But
all right, it's about a 2 days hard ride.
So we've probably got like 2 days on a hard ride from the way there, probably another 2 days on the way back. So we're looking at 3 or 4, depending on how much magic gets involved on the return trip.
I don't want to alarm the entire village more than they should be alarmed, which is very alarmed. But I don't know if you recall, but I think her name was Skyrie, Daryl. Is that what her name was?
Silkery.
Silkery. But Silkery lives.
Valkyrie, but
she lives.
Yeah,
there.
like Valkyrie. That's the way I pronounce it. Yeah.
Silkery lives there, and she is like
I'm aware.
Like one of the generals.
Yep.
And her large friend Meatwad. Maggot, I think his name is.
Yep.
Yeah,
nice.
So, I'm aware.
In about 4 days, they're going to attack the village and kill everyone. So, I think we have 2 options, and he's doing his best to rook whisper, so that the whole.
It's like a slightly large growl.
Yeah. So that the whole town doesn't hear this. I think we have 2 options. Option 1 is we leave, and option 2. Which is probably the worst one, if I had to imagine, is we stay.
So, and Sama sort of like leans into Rook and whispers slightly better because his voice is by nature like a rock.
And you all do have a level of exhaustion at this point too, except for Sama.
Cool.
Nailed it. But it's just like, look here. So here's the thing. I don't mind, like, either plan. I don't have a problem. Well, I have a problem with the last one, but there's reasons to do both.
Great.
Why are we staying? Why are we leaving? Because I think at this point, our best bet, like, at this point, they come back, Sulkery comes in, everybody dies, right?
Yes.
Like, we die, they die.
Right.
I think what we got right now is, at best, they book it somewhere. This entire town just ups and books it. Like, their mine is shattered. That's already going to cause them problems for their livelihood. Half the town fell in an earthquake. I mean, there's not a lot left here right now.
There's not, but they are. Am I there?
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah,
okay.
Everybody who wants to be there. You guys are just standing there next to the fallen over statue of the little girl talking. That's the way I picture it.
I mean, they already seemed unwilling to leave when they knew that there was the threat of these people coming to their town before, something tells me that if we try and tell them that they need to leave because of this affecting their livelihood, and also because members of family and friends and things like that were killed in this tremor that we all experienced, that they're still going to be steadfast in their decision to stay here.
Laclede, I've got generations of history in this town. I mean, obviously the name.
Laclede, I don't want to put it. Laclede, I'm going to put it real simple. That generation is going to end if you don't leave.
I know. I'm not entirely disagreeing, but I am trying to share with you that her point is going to be true.
I understand there's a lot to hold on to. But
where are we going to go? I mean, if we go north, our best chance is to try to get Lishone to let us in, but we got to go through that garrison now. Or we go south to the elves, and that's not usually.
Do I know if there's a way to get past around the garrison without? Is there a way to get to Bishonia around the wibbly wobbly of that garrison? Like a convenient fuckery other path that we could take to get up there?
Yeah, I mean, it's the one that Liam took back. So there is the basically the logging trail.
Yeah.
Luca would just love for you to continue with whatever it was you were about to say about the elves. Choose your words wisely, because they may be your last.
Oh, you're talking to Laclede. I'm like, I'm the DM. What do you care what I
He's like, I wrote the elves. Don't be rude.
Number one, I will be rude.
Actually, that's a good question. Where would, because there was a wood elf something nearby this area, if I recall.
Yeah.
I don't remember. So many episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alamir is in the Darkthorn Wood is the biggest elven society. I mean, but that's really far. That's really far. I mean, Elding is just another town. They're more of a wood and that kind of trade. They use the river to move goods. Laclede is just it even though it was small, it was kind of had the best of everything. Because you had farming, you had
you had the river.
Mining, and you had
Well, it's a real good spot, and it's going to be burned down to ash in another 4 days at least. So,
yeah,
I'm not going to make
this wasn't what I thought was going to happen when I asked you guys to help start a revolution.
I'm
what did you think was going to start happening?
I'm very confused about your definition of revolution.
You do realize that revolutions usually result in fighting and people dying by result of said fighting.
Yeah,
correct?
but it's been like 2 days. This is a lot.
Oh, I understand.
I didn't even have a chance to plan anything.
Sometimes things are
welcome.
goal. What is that thing that you always say? Sometimes things just pop off really quickly.
Yeah, they get going.
He does say that.
Yeah, I'm just glad it wasn't us that died, and it was, people we don't know.
I'm sorry. I understand.
Did you just say that?
There are times.
He means the blood thralls.
There are times that I say things that I'm not sure about. And what I think you mean to say is thank you for being very efficient at starting a revolution. We did it in record time. This is the fastest I've started one in like several weeks at least, I think. So
I don't feel like this is a conversation I want to have right now.
Well,
He actually goes into the
wait before you leave. I think we need to discuss funding for the revolution. That
compensation for the revolution.
We're very effective. I think we need a raise. We'll talk in the boar's tusk.
We'll talk in the boar's tusk. Rook says as he goes into the boar's slams the door behind.
Yeah.
Someone's like, all right, look.
Say you want a revolution.
Y'all
want
seem
to change the world.
Y'all seem a little tired and a little wired. Why don't you get some rest and I'll try to talk to Laclede and see if we can smooth it out.
I hate you.
All right. So here we go with part 2
Chaos Bar, let's go.
Of the Corruption Bar.
Corruption Bar, let's go.
Oh god, there's a second one. I forgot.
As
we're really close to 3 too. I hate it.
I know. As you're sorting out your last final thoughts with this discussion. Are you moving in? Is everyone going into the boar's test to like get a room? Is that what you meant by rest, or
Someone was like,
I think we all
children
have
go to bed, and then like walked
Yeah.
into the board's tusk because he'll be fine. But like everyone clearly didn't sleep.
Yeah.
And everyone's a little punchy.
Yeah. So you hear from the east, someone kind of jogging into town, and you look, and it's that old guy you met the other day named Thrall. Hey, we got to talk. The man, he's lost his bloody mind. The blind guy, he's going crazy.
Oh fuck!
So he's a prospector.
I don't remember. He had
He's got ghost in his blood.
He's got ghost in his
Wait,
blood.
how did the fucking blind guy get here?
No. The old guy we ran into on the way back from the blind guy.
No, but Daryl just said the blind guy's going crazy.
Oh
No,
yeah.
but
Yeah, but he's
Carl's
off in the
talking
woods.
about the.
Yeah, I know, but how did the blind
Weren't
guy
they
get?
both in the fucking?
Yeah,
wasn't
we
blind guy
dropped
in
the blind guy
woods? Where
like
did
miles
Carl
into
go?
the woods. How did he get here? How
You
did
don't see him, so he's not
All right,
here.
Carl, what? It's
not
like,
here.
Carl, what the fuck? Just like, yeah. So someone just like turns around with like, oh my god, what the fuck, and like walks out and is like, what now?
Well, he brought the boy into the road, and he was coming into town, and I convinced him to stay, but he said that he's got to come in, that you guys have been chosen,
Oh, I fucking
and he's got to talk to you right now.
God, I hate that word. And Samuel was like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to the man who's got a prophecy. I guess. Jesus.
I just
Fuck.
want to sleep. Is anyone in this town
actually, you know what?
competent and capable of handling things on their own? Because it seems like everything has been an absolute mess.
All right, you
Until
know,
we
hold
came
up.
in.
All right, Luca, Rook, Gall, y'all are clearly a little punchy. Why don't you go
Luca,
inside,
I
get
have-
something to eat and
have a
drink,
scythe.
and I will bring the old man to us so you can relax.
Luca gets this far away from his face and is just like, Sama, I am so sleepy.
Sounds like, yeah, I know. Why don't you just
That's
go
so good.
inside, take a
I don't want to be correcting you in a time of great upheaval in the town, but
But I'm gonna.
Luca does the punching. I have a scythe.
Sorry, Rook.
There too.
All right, you know what? Rook, you're
Yes.
a little on edge. Is that better?
Thank you.
Okay.
It's a fine
Why
edge.
don't
I
you
hold it with
just-
my whetstone.
I'm aware. Why don't you just go inside, grab some food to eat, and it like emphasis on you can eat food now.
Oh,
And
Yeah, Henry's like, I'll still honor the
Oh.
deal. You guys got rooms and food and board, and that's the wrong voice. Dang it. You guys got rooms and food, and you guys.
it's the softest Henry we've ever seen.
that's right.
He's-
Oh my god. So I'm just like, look, why don't
Henry.
you just Luca grab something to eat, grab Rook something to eat, go keep Rook out of trouble, and I'll bring the old blind man whose name I have now forgotten back into town.
Brodor.
No, not me forgotten. Sama has forgotten. Because Sama was like, all right,
His name
not...
is Brodor. You can
Yeah.
remember it by like bro as in brother and door as in a door.
As in a door. Thank you, Rook. Yeah, I got that one.
I'm glad I could help.
All right. Why don't look? I'm gonna go get Broder. Why don't y'all go
We
eat
hit
something?
a third one.
Oh God.
Oh, gee whiz.
Oh, and I know who did that. I know you. You're my friend. Die.
Not anymore than
Oh
that.
my gosh.
No, it's very good. Every stream I've
Okay.
been on, he's done this
Yes.
at least once. So
Oh
here
my
we
gosh. This is crazy.
Uh,
I okay. Dang it, man. Okay. So yeah, everybody's in the everybody's in the boar's
are.
test.
Okay.
You're finding your way around. We can sort out those details in a minute. Harl like is leading you as quickly as he can back east onto that road that leads out to the quarry and all that stuff near the forest or the orchard where you guys hid everybody. You don't get too much further past the wall that's mostly torn down in that area, and Harl says, he just keep going. He's out there. You'll see him. I can't go any further.
You can't go any further.
I can't. I can't. I'm trying.
Sama like walks a little bit forward,
And
reaches
you can.
back, puts a hand on the guy, trying to like pushes a little bit, and it like feels like a resistance, I assume.
Yeah. And it's like he's got rigor mortis. Like he's like stiff and like.
I push him back further out of where he was standing. Does he like unfreeze?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, oh man, that felt super weird.
Well, all right, I guess.
I don't know what that guy is. Really scary, man.
Okay, well, no, he's
can
got.
You other three take your headphones off?
Oh. Shit, fuck. Okay. Why don't you just? I'll keep going. Why don't you go head on back and make sure they don't break the tavern or whatever.
Okay.
So someone just is gonna walk.
Okay, so as you're walking, you feel pressure around you, almost like is it spiritual? Is it just air pressure? What is it? Something kind of weird. And then you actually start to see the edge of your vision get messy again. But you're completely conscious this time, so it's almost like you're seeing two things at once. As you're walking, you see in your peripheral vision your son, and he's laying on a table in a butcher place, being butchered. He's actually being filleted and all that stuff. They're preparing him for some sort of meal. And you just obviously you almost feel like retching at that, but you can see that it's not real. Like you have a cognitive understanding this time that it's not real, and you kind of shake it off. You walk a little bit further, and you can actually see a little indication of the smoke from their camp. I mean, it's slight. I mean, you hit them pretty well and all that stuff, but you know where to look. So you're getting up to that area, and then you see in the peripheral on the other side of your vision, you see your wife, and you see that she is surrounded by horses that are tied to each limb, and she's being pulled apart.
Yep.
And you can hear the tendons pop in behind her knees and in her shoulders, and again you're trying your best to know that this isn't real, but it's so hard to not feel it, to not take it in. And you keep on walking. You get to the road, or you get to a little further down the road, and you see Brodeur on his knees with his arms out in the middle of the road, sort of adjacent to where the camp is off to the side.
Sure.
And he's sitting there. His mask has fallen, or his bandages around his eyes have fallen down, and you see the pits and blood just like running freely down his face, and his robe that's wrapped around him has fallen open, and you see a huge dragon eye embedded in his chest, like the picture from the background of the overlay. And he says, "You have been chosen."
And Sama walks up to him, like pistol drawn, points it at the dragon eye, goes, "I'm gonna stop you right there."
When you get a little bit closer, you stop seeing him, and it's almost like a overlay of vision on top of him, and you see an ancient dragon that is got blue scales, and he also has a bandage around his head covering his eyes. He's big, so like basically if you're looking at the man Brodeur,
Yeah.
in the same amount of space, you just see the head of the dragon.
Right. So like we're talking like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Says, you will escort me to my next feeding ground.
And why the fuck would I do that?
Because this is dry. You can follow, or you will see these visions every day for the rest of your life.
Do I know anything about what the fuck this dragon is at all? Is this something I've ever heard of?
You can roll. Give me a history roll. Yep.
Sure.
And even if you roll the really good, there's really only one thing I'm going to tell you.
I mean, like I have like a 0 in history, so it's unlikely. But
Okay.
Yeah, let's take a 10.
Okay.
So like maybe I've heard about a dragon.
There is a dragon that is called the Nightmare Dragon, and he's known that he has his followers will cut their eyes out because they can't stand to see the visions he gives them anymore. It's better for them.
Sure. What do I know about his followers in general?
That's all you know.
That's it? Okay, cool.
That's it. This feeding ground is dry. You will take me to Bishonia. You must hide me and find a way in so they do not know. This is your only choice, or you will live in fear for the rest of your life.
Sounds
which
like bringing
will
you to
not
Bishonia does the same fucking thing.
Be long.
Yeah, sounds like bringing you to Lishone is the same fucking thing. If the visions we're talking about are what you're talking about, well, that ends up the same way, if you know anything about me.
Are you talking to him? Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
okay.
like saying that to the dragon.
Yeah. Your companions are capable of this feat. You will not tell them why. You will take me. You will use Brodeur as cover. He has more information that can aid. And Brodeur collapses face first into the ground. And the vision of the dragon goes away. You're left with the sensation of your child and wife dying. You keep feeling it, like you saw it once, but you keep like the moment just keeps pounding in your head like your heartbeat. Just see what you did, chat?
Thanks, chat. So Sama like takes a long moment to look at Brodeur. Almost, I think, kind of like pulls the hammer back as if really considering this for a hot moment.
Yeah. And he's just down. I mean, he's just heaving breath on the ground.
No, he's got like the gun trained on his head, like hammer drawn.
You hear a faint voice from behind a tree trunk. What are you doing?
And Sama says, Johnny, do me a very big favor.
What?
Turn around.
You're not going to kill him, are you?
No.
Okay. He ducks back behind the tree trunk.
Yeah. And then Sama just kind of not like very hard, but like not particularly nicely either. Just like kind of half kick nudges him in the shoulder with his foot, like, "Hey, wake the fuck up."
What happened?
You mind you might explain to me why the fuck there was a dragon in my head just now?
Oh God. I I don't have a choice, you see. I don't have a choice.
No, I trust that part has been impressed on me quite hard.
He's looking for new places to feed. He's very old and it takes a
Feed on
lot
what?
of fear to feed. He has my daughter. Or at least I think he does. And he just keeps showing me things. I finally gave in.
Is taking him to my home gonna cause it more problems than it already has?
I can explain more, but I have to rest.
You've got
And he like passes out right
Yep.
there on the road.
okay. Sama picks him up by like the collar of his robe,
Yeah.
unceremoniously drags him back to the camp in the woods, rolls him down the hill, back into
In
the camp.
Like the little ditch where the,
Yeah, it's
the
like,
ravine or whatever.
like, let's go, let's him roll back down into the camp. And says, Johnny, you're gonna stay here for a bit.
Okay.
You keep an eye on the old man, and I will be back.
Okay. All right. I don't think he's going anywhere. He's been very sick the last couple hours.
Yep. And then just holsters the gun, like kicks a tree, and then walks back to town.
Okay. All right. So you get back to town. Everyone put your headphones back on. Using our hand signals here. Nice. Okay.
Ba-da-ba.
Someone
All
ping
right.
Kendall.
Yeah, Kendall's very
Hello.
focused. Is he frozen? Did he say something about being frozen?
No, he's moving.
Okay.
Hello.
I just texted him.
Okay.
He'll get it.
All right. So you guys are in the boar's tusk.
Cool. What
you
happened while we were
are-
gone?
What?
What happened while we were gone? Just a second ago.
Yeah, what was that all about?
You got like you got to me almost very much.
Close.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so you guys get back into the boar's tusk. You are fed. Everyone, or everyone. Basically, the only guy there at the moment is Henry. He's taking good care of you. He's handing everything kind of through Luca to get the food to Rook. And he's indicated that he's going to honor the agreement. You guys can stay here tonight, but his wife has said that you can't stay beyond that, and he doesn't want to tick her off any more than she already is, because Rook is terrifying.
I don't want to speak for the entire group here, but you asked us to come here and be guards for you so that we could start a revolution, and we didn't discuss any kind of compensation because really I just like to kill blood thralls, but the only thing you're providing us is room and food. So if we're not staying here in the town,
Yeah, no, you're going to get paid. You're going to get paid whatever Oliver said the first night. I'm just saying that something you did, Rook, there was a look in your eye that did not look like a blood thrall hunter, but more like a blood thrall. And my wife is not okay with that. We can't have that. And I respect what you did, and you guys are something, I don't know, but I'm just trying to do the right thing. Everybody's going to be mad at somebody for me today.
I don't mean to terrify you, but if we leave, you'll not have a guy who looks like maybe a blood thrall. You'll actually have like, Silkery and Maggot and a bunch of other blood thralls until the town is not a town anymore.
Yeah, well, that's yeah. I don't disagree. I don't, but
Okay.
I gotta keep my wife happy too. And maybe, I mean, there's time for us to discuss this.
I'm just saying, if we don't have a place to stay and we leave, you probably won't have a wife. And he like digs into the food that he's eating.
Oh, and Sama pushes the doors open, Aragorn style, and walks in.
Yep.
Unless he doesn't want to do it that way, but it would be cool if he did.
Why not? I'll take it.
All right. He doesn't have
question.
Brodor with him.
We're
Real
getting
quick
kicked
question,
out, Sama.
actually. Was the chest thing on the actual thing, dude? Or was that just in the mind, dude?
No, that was his actual body.
Okay, cool. So that part was actually just real.
Yeah.
Great. All right, we've got to talk.
Sama, we're getting kicked out of the inn. We can't stay here. So,
Yeah, I don't care about that. We got to talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're electing to go with righteous suicide than indignant saviors.
Yeah, okay, that's
Do we
fine. I
need-
don't
do
care.
we
We need to talk.
Do we need to talk here or
Some
somewhere?
private's good.
I mean, can I finish my gruel?
Can we bring the food with us?
Yeah, take it. Fuck it.
Who gives a shit? These people are kicking us out and we're not staying here anyway.
Just-
Let's take the bowls and leave if we want to.
Yeah. Hey,
Well,
hey,
we're not-
my plate now, bitch.
I mean, Henry's like, nah, we're not. I'm not kicking you out.
I
I'm
know
just
that you're
saying,
very tired, Luca.
You gotta take your. It's
Yeah, Henry,
very
Henry, we're gonna
uncomfortable.
bring Henry. I'll bring a bowl back, and someone's like, "Come on!" And like someone like turns on his heel
You
and
can-
walks out the door.
You can use the room if you want, but yeah, you can leave too.
I like this very aggressive Luca. You're doing great. And he like he like
Like
scoops.
Coach Rook
Yeah.
at it again.
he like takes. I assume Rook has multiple plates, and he just dumps them all onto one plate, and then takes the one plate and brings that outside.
It's like eating. It's like face first
Yeah.
into it while he's walking out. The
It's
door.
like
Yeah.
3 steak dinners that he just like dumped onto one plate and just walked outside.
Yeah.
Someone's like gonna try to probably find a place that has like nobody around. It's probably like on the outskirts of town.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of options. Really, I mean, you can all the little like tree clumps that are
Yeah.
along the cliff edge and stuff like that's fine.
Yeah, just
probably
walk
around
10 minutes in any direction and you're on an outskirt.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone turns to Rook and goes, "What do you know?" Actually,
Is
that the whole question?
I need to rewind because I'm remembering dialogue and the way certain things were said.
That is a very vague question.
Yeah, I know a lot of things.
Yeah, Rook, what
Like-
do you know about dragons?
That they don't exist. It's just a myth. I don't know, Daryl. What do I know about dragons? Nowhere in any of our story has included dragons, so I went some freeform
mean,
here.
The Scorith are the Frankenstein children of dragons. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
so yeah, so there's real dragons. There's Vish is the city of dragons. So you know there are dragons. You know that they're hulking, powerful beasts, and their population isn't really large, but they are not considered super rare or unknown or whatever. I mean, somebody might pass through anywhere, at any given point.
Oh,
But they are very
I'm just kidding. There are
like
dragons.
social. You know what I mean? Like they have a society. They're not just loner monsters or whatever.
reclusive hiding on a hoard of gold. I'm just kidding. There are real monsters out there. They're dragons. They're okay though. They're not all bad guys. They're like, if you imagine me with like how big I am compared to like everyone else and the wings and the tail, but like imagine that like a lot bigger.
So just imagine dragons.
Yeah, it's like a bard troupe. Yeah, so if you like just picture if I did this and he motions, he's holding a plate in one hand, he like motions getting down, but like a lot bigger. Yeah. Why? What about dragons? Seems like a random question to ask about.
Well,
We need to go to the forest to talk about dragons.
because we might have a dragon problem.
Okay, I don't want to seem like I'm backing down from a challenge, but like I mainly focus on blood thralls. So unless there's a blood thrall dragon, that's not really my wheelhouse.
Oh God, don't say it. You're gonna speak it into existence.
Yeah, and I don't need that actually.
Is there a blood thrall dragon? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know enough about dragons or blood thralls to know the answer to that question, but it maybe
I mean, it's not impossible. It's just like not very common to have happen, especially since they like live for like a really long time, and blood magic is like a thing that happens, just like when you're younger and you get angry and you accidentally light someone on fire in the forest, like the child.
So, what I'm saying is that when I went to go meet with
Uh-huh.
Brodor informed me that there is in fact a bloodthal dragon.
Oh.
Ah man, you didn't have to say it like that.
Well, look, I don't have a lot of.
Now, it's very important. Is it a blood thrall dragon or is it a speaker dragon? Because
No.
that's different.
Blood thrall, pretty specifically.
Yeah. Okay.
Why did I leave the mines?
And Brodor is running from this thing is trying to get to Bishonia to run from it, since it's one of the few places you can get to, but I don't know about you. I think at any point, if we're going to have to go there, then that's the best place we've got to deal with the inevitable dragon problem.
Right. So he's known about the dragon the whole time and didn't.
Yeah, no, I almost shot him over
say
that. Don't even
about it. Okay.
Don't worry about that. Almost shot him. Yep.
Right. That's like a really big deal. They're very, very strong, and like I don't know if you know this, but like I'm pretty sure they breathe fire out of their mouth. So
Well, I don't think that's actually the biggest problem.
no, the existence I think is probably
No,
a real big one.
I don't think that's the biggest problem. I think the biggest problem is that I think said Bloodthal Dragon might be responsible for things that have been happening weirdly and magically around this entire freaking area.
Do you think that it's responsible for the tremor that we felt earlier?
Less tremor, more visions.
I see. So not necessarily physical things that we've been experiencing, but more mental sort of.
Right. And I believe Rook mentioned last time that requires a certain level of magical ability that I'm not particularly fond of.
Right.
How would a dragon know what shoes are?
I don't know why
Why
you
wouldn't
keep
it be?
mentioning shoes.
What is this thing about shoes?
This was Gold talking to himself. It wasn't like some, yeah. So, and just my vision involved putting shoes on with like spikes in them, and I was weirdly comfortable with it. But when I woke up, I wasn't as cool with that. See? he goes, see, and he wiggles his toes.
Wait a minute. I had the vision, which I told Luca about, which I should probably tell everyone else about. I think I told you, but then we got attacked by that guy with no face. The little girl.
No head.
Well, now he doesn't. The little girl in the town, in Laclede, the one that everyone says she's the savior and the light speaker. and they told the story that she used her light powers to burn away the blood thralls. I had a vision that she didn't, and her father was hiding her, and she turned her father in, and then when her father was put in the stocks, she used her light powers to burn away her father, which makes that very bad. That's the opposite of what everyone here thinks happened. So
it sounds like we may have all seen something different then.
Mine seems way less ominous.
yeah, I don't know why you had shoes.
I mean, I did before. I took them off. I don't know. It's the only thing that really stood out. I'm pretty sure there was more to it, but shoe spikes. Yeah.
Did you put them on purpose in this?
Yeah, I was completely content with doing it. It was like watching myself enjoy foot spikes.
Did you use magical powers afterwards?
No, I kind of just woke up.
Oh.
Sama, did you have, in your vision, was anyone physically harmed in some way? Because that seems to be the one thing that's connecting everything together.
I saw a vision of that. Almost actually, it's almost now I think about it, it's a bit of a ringer. Kind of that same setup we had in the town when I took that first shot and dropped father. That exact situation, except he wasn't holding Maria, he was holding another woman at the time. So
I had a vision about the man who runs the town and the little boy that we were helping when he was younger, and it's just being a little kid the way that they are, where they play a lot and they make a lot of noise, and then the man got very angry and I was over there for dinner for some reason, and the man storms upstairs after the boy, and the boy is trying to keep him out of the room, and the man storms in and there's a hacksaw out of nowhere, and then he cut off the boy's legs. And before I could do anything or even really process what was happening or react, I woke up.
Wait a minute. That's not what the focal point is. You are afraid of shoes now.
I mean, if you want to put it that way, I guess.
Sorry.
Sweet summer child.
No, wait. There was more to that. And you were scared for the little boy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and you left out the lady, which means the lady was important. Who was the lady? Were you scared for the lady?
What lady?
Not you. Sama had a lady in his vision.
Specify.
Were you scared for the lady?
in a manner.
Okay. They were not real. That was a scare. That's how blood thralls draw their power. If they make you afraid, they get stronger. This one did magic to make us all sleep and gave us nightmares, and then he got stronger. They eat the fear.
I mean, not to downplay anyone's fears, but why did Gull have a nightmare about losing feet, shoes, things?
Hey, I've been asking myself that since I woke up, and now that I hear your guys' visions, I feel really self-conscious about it, so that's kind of weird. I'm no longer scared, I'm more embarrassed now. What feeds off of embarrassment?
I mean, I think it's like, and he looks at Goal, and you can see he's trying to figure out how to not rook this conversation up. He's like, it's maybe because you don't do anything heroic or to save anyone or really get hurt at all. So getting hurt is scary for you. That's why you hide.
No, that checks out.
Yeah, I feel that. I
mean, that was so rough.
that hurts me in my tiny little gnome heart, but I see where you're coming from. Yeah. No shoes means I can't run as fast. But
Sama, can I get a perception roll?
Oh, shit.
God, sure.
Oh no, 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 no.
And this is the best I've got for the third bar before 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
16.
16 it is. You remember after seeing Brodeur collapsed on the ground, something you hadn't noticed before. I mean, you saw it, but until this conversation, it didn't seem relevant.
Right.
His feet were bloody. You start picturing in your mind's eye his feet after hearing Gull talk about it. And almost with kind of a rush, you feel the presence of Brodeur in the conversation, and I'm going to say certain things to make it so that it's not being revealed, everything going on to them. But he had to cut out his eyes because he couldn't stand seeing what he was seeing. And because he couldn't tell the difference between what he was seeing in reality, he intentionally is cutting his feet so that he can feel something and know he has control over it. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Gross.
Anyway, yeah, so thanks, Carano. That's your fault. Is all I have to say about that.
Wow. I don't know what happened with my headphones off. It was so long. There's so many questions. I'm not complaining about how long it was. There was so much said that I don't know what happened, and
I'm not
now
complaining
I
about
hate
how
it.
long it was.
I just want to know what was said. I need to know. Oh fuck. Okay. Well. This.
So yeah, we got to like episode 7 or 8 now.
This
so
was
I've
an
got to
episode.
figure out some stuff.
Shit. Okay. Well. Chat was exploding with what was happening when I had my headphones off, and that makes it more uncomfortable. So let's go around, do our introductions, and we'll get out of here so we can do our after show. So let's start with the illustrious Daryl. Daryl, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
I am Daryl T. Jones. If you want to find me on the internet, I am also Splattered Inc. I am an illustrator for board games and tabletop RPGs. Plus, I created Thrall, and I created the Daubers, which you can find on the internet too. So yeah, if you need any stuff drawn or want some creative input on games, let me know. That's what I'm here for. Also, one of the characters that Sama met tonight is one of the very first characters I ever created, and I am literally tingling with this guy being in front of people listening to me jibber jabber. So, wow!
Love it. Let's go with our fellow secret keeper. John, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
I have no fucking clue. So hi, I'm John. I'm Ryamasa, RY0MASA on Twitter. You can find me here trying to punch Daryl in the face through the internet on Tuesdays, 8 o'clock to 10 p.m. Stealing a bit of Lucas Thunder, but you know, that's my bad. You also find me on New Acadia Nights, which is on Scraticus Academy at 9:30 p.m. Both in EST, where we're playing Urban Shadows, and I'm playing a very different character from Sama. Other than that, you will potentially see more of me around because my thesis is fucking done. It's done. It's published. It's on the internet. You can find it. It's actually the pinned tweet on my Twitter if you want to read about about the intersection between gaming and a specific branch of creative arts therapy called drama therapy. So
looks very cool.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm like strings are cut. I'm gonna punch through the rest of this semester I've got left, and then we'll see what I'm doing.
Awesome. Let's jump over to Frags. Kendall, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
Sup? My name's Kendall. You can find me on Twitter. I play a lot of video games. I didn't go to college. If you guys have a game and you want me to play in it, just hit me up. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling.
All right. Very fluid. Love it. And last but not least, Cora, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
I love that cavalier delivery that I have to now follow up after. Hi everyone, I'm Cora. I'm at Glamour Bomb Live on Twitter, all capitalized, British spelling, because I'm posh like that. You can find me on Twitter. That is where I post most of my stuff relating to TTRPG and like everything else that is random and wonderful in my life, and sometimes not so wonderful. Whatever, it's all there. So if you're interested in hearing more about me, that is where to find it. And you can catch me here every Tuesday with these lovely folks doing that do wackadoo that we do. So yeah, that's enough for me because I need to not talk anymore.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here, cast, crew, everyone, chat, all that stuff. Thank you so much for the donations. Wow, with the tips, we hit that bar 3 times. So I hate you for that. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the subs, all that fun stuff. If you guys want to support the channel, subscribing here on Twitch, joining our Patreon, those are the 2 best ways to do that. If you guys want to chat about this game, see all the fun clips that you guys make, join us in our Discord. Links for all those things down below. We're going to get out of here. We're going to go record our Patreon exclusive after show and talk about whatever just happened. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. So from all of us to you guys, bye-bye.